Today we go over Star Wars Episode 9, the final film of the sequel trilogy. This is Mike Zero here. If you guys are new to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. Now, as you all know, Episode 9, the final film of this trilogy, will be directed by J.J. Abrams. Principal photography has been going on for a couple of days now, and these past couple of weeks we've been learning a whole lot more about this movie that will bring an end to the Skywalker saga, sadly. Now, looking to the future after Episode 9, we can expect to see a ton of other projects, such as the new Star Wars trilogy by the creators of Game of Thrones, etc. However, today we actually have been learning a little bit more about Episode 9 when it comes to a shoot over at Cardington Studios in the UK, to be specific, in one of the sheds for a shoot that is to begin at some point next week. Now, this shoot actually will feature a large green screen that will be used for a chase scene involving Finn, Poe, and Rey, Oscar Isaac, John Boyega, and Daisy Ridley. Pyrotechnics will be used along with practical effects. Many extras will be dressed as pilots and civilians, and the shoot, like I said, is expected to begin next week for Star Wars Episode 9. This is said to be going on for 5 days as a whole for this specific scene for the final movie in this trilogy. So this brings up a lot of questions. Now, we do know that the Cardington location was the same exact location that they used for both Rogue One and A New Hope for the Yavin 4 Great Temple base. Now, the biggest question of all is this, could this very well be a chase scene where we're at Yavin 4 with Rey, Finn, and Poe, and they are evacuating from the First Order, attacking that base? Now, if that is the case, guys, I think that would be too much of a copy of what we saw at the very beginning of The Last Jedi, where they are departing and evacuating Dakar before the entire base is blown up to bits by the Finalizer. Now, the thing here is this, well, if we look at Star Wars Episode 9, we do know that J.J. Abrams will be implementing a lot of prequel trilogy continuity as well as original trilogy content. Now, this could go as far as characters, planets, weapons, or maybe even flashbacks, if you will, of scenes that we are already familiar with. Now, the whole entire scene here, this chase scene, exactly what are they running away from? We don't know the specifics. It could very well be the First Order. It could be something else, for all we know. But one thing is for certain is that Daisy Ridley, John Boyega, and even, yes, Oscar Isaac will all be there for a shoot that will consist for a couple of days next week. And that, to me, it sounds interesting, because if this is going to be the Yavin 4 base, what's going to happen to Yavin 4 if they are indeed evacuating by the First Order? Will that base get destroyed by the First Order, or is this just something completely different than what we think it is? Now, given that Rey, this takes place some time well after the events of The Last Jedi, it's going to have a massive time jump, hence why Finn is actually going to have a totally new appearance in this movie. He's going to have longer hair, he's going to have a nice, new different uniform, a different outfit, if you will, and so will Poe Dameron as well. But Rey is actually said to have a significant different appearance in Episode 9, like we have seen with any character in the Star Wars universe and franchise, right? Anakin Skywalker, each movie he looks really different in each one. Same goes for Luke Skywalker, so we can expect the same for Rey. Now, the thing here is this. When I'm listening to all of this of what's been happening these past couple of weeks involving Episode 9, how J.J. Abrams may very well be rewriting certain scenes of the movie, even the ending quite possibly, while they are shooting this film. Some minor tweaks or maybe even major tweaks, we're not quite sure if it's going to be minor or major, but nonetheless, JJ apparently is making some shifts in the script compared to, what happened with The Last Jedi and the backlash it received. It seems like Disney can't afford any more mistakes when it all comes down to Episode 9, the final film of the Skywalker saga. This is a big deal. It's a huge and important task that JJ just really has to knock out of the park. And we have been hearing a lot about George Lucas quite, possibly being involved and lending JJ some advice and help for this movie, giving him some ideas. That to me tells me that Disney is really trying very hard for this movie to do very, very well. But anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.